Hello, everyone.
All right, I'll take over here. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CEVO MLG Pro League Season 8. This is our first game of match number 2, CLG versus Method, and actually Finesse is about to spot out a bunch of counter-terrorists here. He didn't even see him. Oh, he finds Toy, but Toy decapitates him. I'm sure that's going to start the mid-take here as Color is looking to respond and avenge his fallen teammate. And it looks like the split onto B is the play here, as the bomb is going to be working in that direction. It's going to be up to Toy to do anything about it. He actually misses the initial cross, so now I'm going to have to team up with Ely, who is, oh my god, going to get exposed by Hazed and taken down. Really good shot coming out from him. And Misled, are you done laughing and unmuted?
Yep,
there we go.
I'm back. All right, so we've actually worked this down to a 4-on-2. Justin and Toy left alive. JDM goes down to Toy. Toy trying to find a second one on the Tarek, and he is able to find it, but Hayes does take down Justin. What happened? What?
Sorry, I said Toy, you're nuts.
Oh, yeah, okay. But Toy, last one left, trying to get in the bomb site. Doesn't have time here. He's got to make something happen. Can't quite do it. Cutler removes him. CLG taking the pistol once again on Cash.
Yeah, and CLG already mixing up their pistols and staying hard to predict, similar to what they were doing on the last game's CT side, but now mixing up, assuming that Method could have seen their last pistol round, and they completely mix up the strat. Not only do they put some extra pressure towards mid, but they had their players in position to catch out that B push and get the information, and allowed themselves to push around the initial push. A push through a push, one might say. And eventually, they did get the site. It was really Toy, the only player that did anything about it for Method. Picked up 3 headshots with his USP, and that was about it. Really solid fragger in Toy.
Yeah, so CLG now has that advantage. They have guns in their hands, and actually they win 2 AKs coming out between Hazed and Tarek. P90 with JDM. MPs between Cutler and Finesse. It looks like they're trying to stack up and work their way into this A bomb site, but there is going to be a 4-player stack that they're going to have to contend with, and Tarek steps out, takes Justin down right off the bat. Only going to leave 3 CTs left alive here in A, and at this point CLG has to have enough information to know that there's quite a few CTs here. Ely goes down, Silent picks up one, tries to find another, but Finesse will remove him, and it's all up to Toy here, scout in hand. He'll be the last one, 1v4, and he's going to commit to the save with that scout. Let's see if he can make it happen.
Yeah, might as well try to hold on to it. It's a really solid gun, and as long as you can still be perfectly accurate while jumping with it, why not continue to use it? He's going to be hanging out in sunroom, and I'm not even sure if terrorists are going to work in that direction or if they're more content holding on to what they have in their hands. Also, as far as they're concerned, they dropped that 1 SMG in sight, and I don't think they know for a fact that Toy even bought anything. So, for all they know, he could just be saving a pistol and armor and just giving up. So, not really interested in trying to take a gun out of the hands of a player that they don't really even know has the gun. So, Toy going to be able to save. Didn't fire a bullet on the round, and will continue to try to be effective going into this next one. He could buy some armor around it maybe, but no, I think saving is going to be the way to go.
So into round 3, guns up for CLG once again, just trying to hold on here, not lose any players if they're able to, and we actually have Finesse with an AK now, so one of the MPs off the board, and Counterlogic Gaming is trying to stay perfect so far in the anti-ecos. They took one down, trying to make it a second. Toy's going to push over towards A, ends up not looking over the box. JDM's going to hunt with the P90, not able to find that frag, as Toy will escape with his life, only 34 HP, though. As now the stack is at the B-bomb site, and CLG getting a lot of information here out in mid.
Yeah, they are still playing it pretty passively. As JDM finds Toy, the lone A player, working up, peeking everything so slowly, and they're soon going to realize that there's no one there at all, and they can just bring the bomb right in, but I'm not sure if it's going to be before Silent gets this peek off from Carl with the P215 hand. He's going to have an opportunity to surprise Tarek here, but he's unable to do it. Tarek certainly aware of the situation, getting it, or trying to get it done with the AK, but eventually Hazed will come in and clean things up with his buddy Cutler.
Yeah, he just lined up those 2 frags. I believe that was Streb and Ely that he lined up, so Justin's going to be the last one alive. He only has a Silent USB in his hands, and CLG hunting quite a bit between these 2 matches so far. JDM's going to be the first one out into the checker room. He is able to take down Justin. So now we're going to go into the first full buy round for Method. Let's see if they can prevent CLG from making it 4 in a row. As I wonder if JDM's going to stick true to form what he did last match or last best of 2 where he just did not upgrade from whatever eco rifle or SMG he happened to be holding on to, and yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to upgrade. Same with Cutler here. Even though they have money, they're not upgrading. They're just going to hold on to as much cash as they can, and I like that.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a team as good as CLG, you can actually bank on that working for them down the line. I think most teams, most teams that aren't as good as CLG, I'd say, hey, drop that, buy a rifle, you're going to want it down the line. But if anyone can be effective with a P90 or an SMG, like an MP7, I think it would be JDM or Cutler. So not too concerned about that. Quick pause there as one of the players couldn't buy for whatever reason, broken Counter-Strike being broken. But we are right back underway.
Working as intended.
Yeah, working as intended. It's not a bug if it's a gameplay decision.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a feature, an added feature that we all enjoy very much. But CLG into this buy round, or not a full buy round for them, is just going to commit their way into the A bomb site. They got good smoke coverage down. Trev's going to be at the back of quad, takes a nice shot. Bomb goes flying awkwardly into the air, and Ely and Justin are right there. Drags of their own, and I hope that bomb is retrievable. Yeah, it is. Okay, I thought it might have somehow made it over the fence, which would be bad, but Hayes, last one left, throws a grenade, gets caught by Ely, and Ely with a 3K at that A bomb site really opened it up for Method to take that round home.
Yeah, at this point, I can't really tell if that was CLG who kind of fragmented themselves and went into with a bunch of just individual one-on-ones that just weren't going their way, or if that was actually Method's nade use there that forced them into that situation. And it was Method that was actually breaking up CLG into those one-on-one peaks. I'm curious. I think it'll become clearer as more side takes come in. But, I mean, that was kind of a sloppy round from CLG. They just pushed man after man after man towards the CTs and kind of found some success with their last guy, but they weren't finding any trades. They weren't putting themselves really in position to get the trades. They were just banking on their entry fraggers, getting it done with those SMGs, and get it done they did not.
So now into round 5. CLG, of course, saving that money. I don't know why. Just Little Dicky just popped in my head immediately. Save that money.
Awesome.
Yep,
Yeah,
love it.
Save that money.
Save that money. Shameless plug for Little Dicky. Amazing. And he's one of your brethren, nonetheless.
Yes.
He's of your kin. But round 5.
My curly-haired kin.
Yeah, your curly-haired kid. And, yeah, actually, guns up all the way across the board for CLG. Like I said, they were able to save good money by not fully upgrading players, and the players that did upgrade to AKs did not lose those AKs, so they have guns up here. And Method in a little bit of trouble. Cutler does open. Toy and Silent will answer, though, as CLG trying to make their way into this B bomb site. Silent with a great heads-up drop there. He'll find himself a third frag. Finally goes down. JDM with the op. He's going to be 1v3. And if JDM still has that hot hand, he should be able to get at least one more frag, if not possibly try and work himself into a 1-on-2 and try and win this thing.
Maybe. With only 15 seconds left on the clock, he's really hurting for time, and yeah, can actually get pushed and potentially punished here for saving. If I'm him, I guess he doesn't know that the CT's the other way, but he needs to run, because if they come in and kill him after time, he's not going to be a happy camper.
Yeah.
It seems like he should be able to do just that, staying up in his hands. And I'm really surprised that he was unable to get that initial pick onto Silent. He was peeking through a crease in the smoke, saw a piece of Silent, but just didn't react to it. I don't know if it was some spectator smoke in combination of what we can see with X-Ray, where he just couldn't quite see it as clearly, but had he been able to get that opening frag onto Silent, it would have really opened up the round and allowed his teammates to explode out onto the site and try to pinch and submerge Toy in the back of the bomb site back there, but instead it's Silent who stays alive and makes a great play dropping down from there, as he is now going to be removed from the round by JDM, who clearly just wanted revenge.
Yeah, JDM does open up, op in hand, so that rifle saved. He's got one so far. They need to get a few more out of it, though, as Streb will trade out Tarek, and already Method performing better from what we've seen than CLG's first opponent of the night. 3's up. I mean, we didn't see much T-side play from CLG. We saw all of their CT side, which was absolutely beautiful, so it's just going to be about how well they can do on T-side here and how many rounds Method can prevent them from taking from them.
Yeah, I'll be curious, especially as Method continues to claw their way back into this game by stringing together 2 rounds, doing what 3's up was unable to already so early into this game. And Ely, great position from the fence, able to get a first frag onto Hayes, make it a second one onto Cutler. With that, this B pinch is now just turning into Finesse and his buddy JDM trying to squeeze their way through main.
Yeah, so Finesse, JDM, last two left here in round 6. Not with a real good shot at this thing, but if they do take this to A, they'll have an advantage here. But I believe the player in Vents was able to hear the rotate through mid, or I should say the player near Vents. Yeah, so that's going to force one to rotate over to Truck. That'll be Streb trying to hold here. Streb's going to be able to take down JDM. The initial man out as Justin cleans it up. That'll be Method tying this thing up at 3-all.
Yeah, and finally putting some pressure onto CLG. Going to be forcing them onto their first save round, not including a pistol round thus far tonight, right? Like, I don't think CLG's ever been... maybe when they were on CT side on Cobble, maybe they might have been forced onto a save, but really on Cash, this is some unfamiliar territory for CLG, at least from what we've seen from them tonight.
Getting into round 7 now, it's going to be a save coming out from CLG, and so far tonight we haven't seen a lot of these from them. I think we've only ever actually seen 2 saves now. Run boost comes out, Justin's able to make it across. And Pop Flash comes in. Do they check up top? Justin is full blind. Does anybody check? Nobody's checked yet. Justin in a great position to pick up huge numbers here. Able to get the first 2. Can he make it 3? Not able to get the third as Finesse takes him down from right below. And they actually have Keller all the way back at quad. Does he take Streb? He's able to find Streb, but Finesse so weak on HP. Can't get across before Silent takes down Cutler. Ely cleans it up. That'll be Method taking the lead 4-3 now.
Yeah, with that, CLG finding the comfortability again. It's going to be Cutler dropping it off for his buddy JDM, who was actually able to get an opening frag with it previously. So I'm curious to see if they'll be able to do it again and start to change the tides of this game, because Method is certainly coming alive here and not allowing CLG to really get any semblance of map control. They've been dominating all over the place. Counter Logic Gaming hasn't really been able to fight for mid. They've been kept out of B really well the past few rounds, and even when they are working their way deep into A, it's always off some bad trades for them. So far so good in terms of Method clawing their way back into this and making this one actually a match.
And round 8, guns up. Excuse me, guns up in the hands of Counter Logic Gaming. And JDM has the op out once again, and we really need to see JDM get the op going here for Counter Logic Gaming to work themselves back into a tie at this point. But we haven't really had anything open up for him, as Streb's going to be the one man playing the A bomb site with his teammate Justin him to the fast rotate off of Highway. But they are stacking 2 players out in mid, waiting to see if they can catch some mid aggression from Counter Logic Gaming. And CLG has just been slowing these gun rounds down quite a bit, working slow, and we saw it backfire on them on Cobble a few rounds towards A, actually 2 rounds I think it was, that they went a little bit too slow and they weren't able to get in time after the gunfights to get the bomb planted.
Yeah, certainly they're cutting it close once again. 30 seconds on the clock, and Justin going to get into a bit of a duel with Color. Justin going to come out on top of positionally. CLG looking good to at least bring the bomb into the site. Great pop flash there from Toy, just going to keep the T's out of the site that much longer. Ely through the vents also being a nuisance. Now 15 seconds on the clock. Things are getting a little scary here for CLG, and they're just running out of time and HP to get this done.
Yeah, not looking good. Finesse was the last one left alive, and that is my biggest peeve about very late site takes. Trying to get in around or anywhere under 30 seconds, you don't have a lot of time to gunfight, and at that point, as soon as they start hearing noise, it's either going to be a fake or it's actually going to that site. So they're going to commit mollies, flashbangs, and any smokes that they have to prevent you from getting in. So even if it is a fake, it doesn't really hurt them that bad because they have to bank on it. Like, you got 20 seconds to get in there, and that's just more time wasted that you can't get in and make the gunfights happen.
Yeah, I don't think CLG wants to work the clock down that low. I think they're waiting to try to find Method exposing themselves for picks, and it's just not coming their way, and they're being forced into that 30-second execute. Otherwise, they're executing too early, and the Method players are just mopping them up before they get any picks or any damage in or any kind of control. And Justin being pressured here a little bit, able to take down Tarek, getting mollied off, and I mean, this should be another easy one. Oh, wow, another easy one for Method to mop up. And actually, Molotov's coming in and doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, able to take down Justin, but the damage was already done. He held off the initial site take from CLG, who again was not able to make it in there. It was only an eco coming out from them, and Finesse was the only T to get frags that round. I believe he got 2 of them, but either way, it's going to be CLG back onto a bye as Method's lead extends to 6-3.
And I really like what Method is bringing to the table here. They're for the most part passive, but they're snapping into action when they need to. They're not waiting until the last possible second to pounce on CLG, but they're certainly not overextending it and putting themselves out there early to get picked. Looks like they are going to be trying to boost Justin into that corner on the box, and they're able to get him there once again. That could be really, really important for them, especially since the bomb is working up in that direction. And with that pick from JDM, that might actually further encourage them to go in that direction with some smokes and flashes.
Yeah, at this point, though, they've already had Justin use the boost spot, so one would expect that they would check that now. So I don't know if it's going to pay off the way it did the first round that he was able to get 3 using it, but we actually have Cutler killing his own teammate. And then Hayes getting a frag of his own, but trades all going in favor of Method. They're up a player right now. They're going to be 3-2 right now over Counter Logic Gaming, but JDM still has the op in his hands. Let's see if he can do anything with it. He does have the bomb on his back, too, working into A main.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a tough peak as an opper to go look up where Justin is. If you look up there, you have to expose yourself to everywhere in the bomb site, so it's really going to be up to Finesse to look in that direction and maybe soak up some damage for the team here. Especially since Ely's going to be rotating back towards Truck. He's not going to look up in that direction. He should easily be killed, and I assume that JDM is going to shortly follow. And just like that, Justin takes down JDM as well. That's, what, 7 rounds straight for Method here, as they are really showing no signs of slowing down. They have bankrolled a huge economy. They seem to have CLG a little bit stumped here. And that was actually another round where CLG got an opening pick, but were unable to bring it together and clean up the round win. Just bad trade somewhere leads to a collapsing Terra side round. I think he may be muted.
Yeah, I definitely was
Thought
muted.
I blacked out for a second there. That's good. I'd rather you make the mistake than me.
Yeah, but I just really can't believe that CLG was not looking at that spawn. It's already been used once on them, and they didn't check it. But I don't think Method will try and force the issue with it again. Another round where CLG player is able to get the opening pick. They need to turn these into wins, though, and it looks like they might be able to do it here. They're going against just Silent and Toy now. Silent misses his initial shot, and that opens the door for Hayes to take him down. Gets himself 3 frags on the round. And only Toy is left alive here. He's got to get this 1 versus 4 for Method to stay up 8 rounds. Or 8 rounds in a row, I should say.
Yeah, going to be pretty much impossible for Toy to win. But that was actually a round where CLG finally mixed things up, and they took that quick mid-aggression. They'd been playing so passively, as you noted, and working the clock down so low, trying to find those opening picks, that they weren't doing a really good job of getting aggressive for them and fighting for them and the map control. In this round, they push a player all the way up mid, get him up highway, he gets an early frag. The rest of the players are splitting out of A and creating a ton of chaos. That's an easy round win there for CLG, all off the back of one slight adjustment and some slightly more aggressive play just in one place on the map.
Yeah. And Bowler Hispanic, you were incorrect, sir. That was the second time he used that spot. The first time was on a gun round, got himself a 3K before Finesse killed him from below. So yes, that was his second time using the spot, and they should have checked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like such a tricky spot where, I mean, to look up there, you have to, as you said, expose yourself to literally every other place on the site. Finesse, I'm sure, saw or hears a bunch of CT opposition in that direction. I'm sure they want to slide the bomb in A, but luckily for the CTs, they are going to be falling back and should be in good shape here. Except Silent going to be taken down by a pushing Hazed once again, who's getting this early map control and early aggression for his team.
Yeah, with Cutler already down, they're evened up at this point. It's going to be 4 versus 4. Justin got that frag with the AWP in his hands. Or no, I think it was with an AK, but he picked up the AWP anyways. That Silent had dropped, so he's going to try and hold on to it if he can. But, I mean, he's caught in between that molly right now. Has really nowhere to go. There's players up on highway, and Ace is just looking for him to peek, and he does peek. Justin takes him down. Ely also finds himself a kill, and we'll just leave JDM. Oh, he's so weak. He needs to hit those AWP shots. Justin right there in the smoke. Tarek trying to spray him down, but he's full blind and will get caught out by Justin. So picked up AWP, finding 3 frags with it. That'll be 8-4 in favor of Method.
Huge play from Justin right there, playing off of his own smokes and pop flashing for himself and staying hyper aware in the bomb site, including the first frag that he hit onto Hazed on Highway. I mean, he knew he was pinched in the site. He knew he had to make some kind of play. He peeked really quickly, saw Hazed's foot, and Hazed kind of just believed in his shot perhaps a little too much and didn't move at all. Like, he got spotted it and it just stood there and was an easy pick for Justin on that round. So, and really great play coming out from Method thus far in the game as they're looking to do some lasting damage to the economy of CLG with a round win here.
And here comes the rotate Morgan in from Ely, but Cutler is able to catch him out. So another round, CLG gets an opening pick, this time going in their favor, though, as we're going to have an op in the hands of Justin. With Strebber alive, too, it's going to be an AK and an op trying to do a two-man retake on the B bomb site with the bomb planted, so time working against them. They have one kit. It's in the hands of Strebber, so if they can get in here and find some frags early enough, that might help, or, well, that will definitely help. As, yeah, they need to get something going, and Streb does find one on Tarek, so they can get themselves in this round. No, they've already committed to the save here. Justin's going to rotate out. He does hear that player out in mid, though, so Streb's going to have to cover him so they don't lose that off.
And should not be too much of an issue. Hayes is going to be peeking from car, but yeah, they should be able to comfortably... Oh, Justin actually taking a kind of an aggressive peek here. And is able to get the frag. Yeah, Justin is really lighting it up right now with the op and is starting to find a rhythm here, along with the rest of the Method crew as they're playing decently well, but their economy getting a little bit reset from CLG there as they go back and forth with these rounds. CLG going to be bought up once again, trying to put this pressure on Method and trying to force their way back into this game, but we're already seeing a better game here than we did in either of the CLG versus 3-zone matches.
Yeah, already Method doing way more effectively than 3-Up was able to, so this is forcing CLG to really fight for the comeback here. They were able to get a couple rounds in a row, which helps out their economy a lot, and it's just now finally starting to hurt the bankroll that Method had going for themselves. And if they can get another win here, that would be huge for them. And JDM ready for the counter boost this time, takes down Streb. I believe that's the first time we saw the attempt at the counter boost.
Justin.
Yeah, Justin trying to find that shot, not able to make that happen.
I really like that aggressive peek he took, and he actually took his... Yeah, he took an extra second and made sure not to just shoot immediately for that second... sorry, for his first shot, but unfortunately just waited a little bit too long there. It's going to be a lot of pressure on him to hit another op shot onto one of the main players. Actually, falling back was the smart play there. Yeah, playing from sight is definitely what Justin's going to want to do here, as an A-take is definitely on.
Silent will get one onto Hayes as Ely finds a frag also onto JDM. Silent completely blind in the sight. Finesse and Tarek pick up some big shots. They still have to contend with Justin, who's right there. And already Toy is up towards the site. Nade will come out. That's not going to do a lot as Toy does go down. Justin in trouble here, 1v3. They know where he's at. Cutler will peek wide, takes him down. That's a 6th round now for Counter Logic Gaming as we hit the final round of the half. And what was looking like it was going to be a really tough time this first half for CLG. I mean, they're bringing it back. They have a chance here to make this as close a half as you possibly can.
Yeah, they came alive, and I credit a lot of it to Hazed and his ability on multiple rounds to push up on Highway and start the rounds with some aggressive peeking. It was something that CLG was a little tentative to do. They were trying to work that opening pick for so long, and it wasn't until he took the initiative, got out there, and started fragging those A players did CLG work their way back into this. So with money so mixed here for Method, this should be CLG's opportunity to narrow the gap to only one round and try to find some comfortability going into their CT side. But I'm not sure. I feel like Method has really shown a lot of resilience here.
Yeah, Method looking good so far. They're going to be bought out into this round, final round of the half. They have to spend all the money they can. They would like to make this a 9-6 half, but CLG on the other hand trying to mount this full tilt comeback in this first half. I mean, if they can make it 8-7, that's a good half for them, especially with what was that? Did you say 7 rounds in a row in favor? Yeah, it's 7 rounds in a row for Method, and that was a rough look if you were CLG, but of course, they were able to battle this thing back, and we know their CT side is strong. It looks like the terrorist side might need a little bit of work here. Method kind of exposed them.
Toy getting caught off guard here. He's going to have to run through a molly. We'll get a frame. Make that a second one for Toy. He's single-handedly keeping his team into this round. A split coming out here, and wow, it's collapsing here for CLG. Method putting it together, looking to make this a 9-6 half, and they will do just that as Trevor cleans up a JDM. 9-6 Method, not exactly what I expected here coming into this game, but I knew Method was going to come with some kind of game plan, and they were able to just execute it really, really well. I'm curious if they'll be able to get it going on their own terrorist side, or if this is just going to be CLG getting back into form. But I think if anything is clear is that CLG needs to work on their T-side cash a little bit.
Yeah, but we know their GT side is strong. We've seen them play it really, really well. I mean, what, they went 15-1?
14-1, yeah.
14-1. Wow, I can't count. I was thinking 16-1, and then yeah,
you were close.
I've never played Counter-Strike before, ever. I don't know how this game works. I'm a first timer, so show me some respect, be nice, and don't make fun of me.
Well, if you are a first-timer, I think you would be impressed, even still, with what Method was able to throw down there, because they, for the most part, played some really solid defense. You know, they clean up a pistol round, and this could have been a completely different-looking half. But once again, kudos to CLG for not rolling over, not giving up, staying competitive even towards the end, and almost brought it within one. So they're certainly capable of making this game competitive against Method, and I think they may even make Method sweat a little bit here, particularly if they can win a pistol round.
Yeah, let's see if they're able to run away with the CT side like they were able to do on this map earlier tonight against 3ZUP, as they definitely want to come out of this with another win tonight, because that was only their second win when they beat 3ZUP earlier, so they want to get that 4 points on the night, which will help them out a lot. The biggest thing, though, is not having any losses in their columns. They've at least either won or they've tied, so they're always getting points every time they have a best of two, which is huge and will help propel them further in the standings towards the end of the season, because, I mean, we're getting close now. I mean, as soon as we're in October, we're only a month away. Yeah.
Yeah, we're certainly in the winding down phase of the season.
So the first round is coming out here in second half. Pistols coming out for both teams. See what Method is able to tune up here, and looks like they're going to try and split through mid into that B bomb site. 2 coming through the vents, other 3 outside B. It's going to be up to Tarek and his teammate here. Hayes is able to hit one right off the bat. Tarek's going to be smoked off, though. No help to Hayes at the moment, and they've evened it out. They've made it a 4-on-4, as it will be a 4-man retake attempt coming out from Counterlogic Gaming with that bomb planted in B.
Quick plant as well. They wasted no time getting the bomb site and getting it planted, but Finesse going to be finding an opening frag as he's hopping through vents with his teammate.
So we've evened it out once again, 3-on-3 now. They're trying to find these other terrorists inside the site. Shreb's going to have a nice little flank there on Tarek, as Toy actually takes down Cutler, saves his teammate. It's all up to JDM here. He's going to be 1v2 time, taken down, no kit. And he does not have this at this point. All he can do is try and get some frags and get some cash, and he won't get either of those. It's going to be Method grabbing themselves a 10th round here and setting themselves up well to get some good roundage here in second half.
Yeah, certainly. That would be it would be a really huge win if they could take a map off of CLG, particularly on cash, which was CLG's map pick. And you'd think, in theory, Method would be even stronger on their own map pick, but I'm actually curious to see how that's going to break down itself. But they are going to be mostly rifled up here. 2 Galeelas, an AK, a Tech 9, and a Mac 10, so they're really all over the place when it comes to firepower, but they certainly got it, as they are $17,000 invested into this round. And they actually have a lot of pressure over towards mid, exactly where Finesse is going to be trying to keep them away, but going to have to catch this frag onto Toy.
He's trying to work with the CZ, get some good damage off on the Toy, trying to get some more. Not going to work out for him as Streb was boosted up. He's going to peek out a little wide, takes down Finesse out in mid, so 1 CLG member already down, as this pistol upgrade that they've made happen here in the second round of second half looks like it might fall apart against the 2 Galeels, the AK, the Mac 10, and the TMP coming out for Toy.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough B take here, or B hold here coming out for Tarek as he's getting pushed towards the back of the bomb site. But his buddy's able to hit one shot. Hayes goes down as well in the process. Trades are just going back and forth here, but still 4-on-3 in favor of the terrorists with 30 seconds left on the clock. They're backing out with the bomb.
Yeah, Streb finds a shot there on a JDM, still trying to hold it inside the B bomb site. They know the final 2 are here. And they're going to leave Silent and Streb will pick up both of those kills. That's going to be a 4K for him on the round, and that'll be 11-6 in favor of Method. One more anti-eco to go here for Method before CLG finally gets rifles in their hands.
And so I also just banked a lot of cash, so he very easily could afford an op and give it to one of his teammates. He's actually going to be choosing to Mac 10 here and try to bankroll once again for his teammates over these CLG pistols. Let's see if they can do it once again. I think they cut that one a little closer than they would have wanted to, but they still were able to keep 4 players alive, even though the clock was worked down so low on the site take. Opening frag going Strebber's way before he gets traded out.
Yeah, so pistols upgraded again for Counter Logic Gaming. They're just trying to work something out here. Looks like Tarek wants to try and boost his teammate up, who's slowly working his way in that direction. Actually, Finesse is going to go straight to the vents. Tarek got to be playing off the bait here for Finesse. They're just going to push their way in. Finesse tries to work this easy. Tarek tries to chase in after. LATORR and the Mac 10 will find both of those kills as Silent gets one of his own inside the B bomb site, removing Cutler. Pop flash comes out. Hayes completely blind, gets spotted. Last man left. 8 HP trying to spray with the pistol. Unable to get it. Silent had to run out of ammo. Pulls out his 5.7. Gets the win there. That will be a 12th round for Method, but here comes the full buy round.
Yeah, this is it. This is if CLG wants to stay competitive in this game, they are going to have to win this round. They can't afford to have their to lose this round. Really, I mean they've already put together a pretty large gap here between themselves and Method, and Method's not even going to be upgrading 2 Mac 10s that they have on them. So if you're going to win a round, this is it. And based on the score, they're running out of time. They need this one to be it. If they lose to those 2 Mac 10s and a Galil, and Method just doubles down and replaces them with actual rifles, I think this game's going to be over. And I think a slightly weirder fashion than we expected. The Mac 10s are doing just that. They get out there in the site.
That was the point where you really needed Finesse to pick up that initial frag to allow JDM time to reset with the op, try and get a frag of his own. He already got 1. If he could have made that 2, would have been a 2-for-1 trade, but doesn't work out in their favor, so it's going to be a 3-man retake attempt here at that A bomb site. And Method just having their way right now with CLG, which I did not expect at all.
No, and these counter nades are fantastic in keeping the CLG members out of the bomb site. Toy going to be engaging, picking up 2 frags while his buddy Justin swings around quad and picks up the last one onto Cutler. Huge site take there for Method, a really cheap one as it only cost them 2 Mac 10s who actually got a frag apiece now. So, man, they are bankrolling hard. CLG's economy is not quite there. They're going to have to save on this round, push it to 14-6. This is pretty crazy stuff. You know, I really thought coming into this game CLG would win, that they would be the better team here. I thought, if anything, Method would keep it close, but I really was not expecting them to start to pull away like this at this stage of the game.
I mean, the big buyout coming there from CLG I thought was going to change the tide, but it didn't work out in their favor. And Method playing smart. No need to upgrade those guns if you think you can force your way into a bomb site, because then even if you do lose the round, you have players with plenty of money left still. Oh, Finesse is going to boost it all the way over. Does he get caught out? No, he gets the flank off. Lines up 2, takes him both down, grabs himself an op, has to look backwards. He knows he's getting chased. Misses the shot, tries to go for the repeat. Can't find anything. And JDM with a push actually through Squeaky Door will yield a frag onto Toy. And Ely trying to hunt for that kill. Gets hit through the corner of the box, and I think the wall there goes into 43, but does some good damage to Finesse. And Finesse will drop the picked up op to JDM. And Tarek in a good position here. He might be able to catch Ely unless Ely checks all his corners. Looks like he kind of is, but if he goes wide enough here, he's going to spot him. Yeah, sees his shoulder, sprays him down. That'll make it a 3 versus 2 in favor of CLG. Let's see if they can hold on to this B bomb site.
Yeah, actually in that B bomb site, there's only 2 sets of pistols. It's going to be up to Cutler to make a huge play, and that he does as Strebber gets
the
mollied down to 16 HP. And if they had found Cutler there, they could have won that round, but unfortunately CLG looks like they're going to be ecoing this one. He's actually, I think, trying to throw a fake towards A and then hop through checkers. He just needs to not get killed after time. Actually, he's going to get an opening frag, so he actually has an opportunity to win the round. Molotov could very easily kill JDM or a bullet, and no, JDM is going to get it done with the op. So many close calls for CLG on the round, and they were just barely able to squeak out an eco, no less. So, I mean, maybe they just wanted to make me look dumb for saying that last rifle round was the one to win, but either way, they're somehow able to find themselves alive in this game with a lot of cash here.
Yeah, the biggest thing that round was definitely Finesse going over, counter boosting, and then getting his way into A main. He should have gotten picked up by the player that was at the back of T mid. I mean, he got shot at, but Finesse kept running, and the two Ts that were stacked up inside A main didn't react fast enough to the calls, and they just got melted, which put the op in the hands of JDM, who ended up winning the round.
Yeah, huge boost. That boost won them the round. And then, man, coming out on top of pretty much every other close call was big as well. But Method, I really think, looks like they are going to be dangerous here for CLG, and that's only further compounded as Silent catches an opening frag and potentially opens up the A bomb site.
Silent completely blind. Ooh. Luckily, Silent had the wherewithal to jump up onto those boxes, stay alive for the time being, as Cutler does find one onto Ely. They're going to make it a 4-on-4 here. They got to be careful inside the site. Counter flashbang comes out. They got to be ready. Hayes got to look over, and lineup comes out from Finesse after Streb was able to take down Hayes. So that's just going to leave Silent here with an op in hand, bomb down out in the middle. And does he look up in time? Tarek's trying to re-peek on him, but he has the op in his hands. We've seen him use it pretty effectively. Silent's going to smoke him out. Just kind of wait. He knows there's a CT inside the middle of that bomb site. He's going to back his way up, see if he can catch anybody on the rotate, but no one will rotate. Make some noise again, tries to pick up a rifle. They know he's there. They know he's committed, and Tarek will peek out. Takes him down. That will be 2 in a row for CLG, making the score 13-8 in favor of Method, though.
Yeah, really, it was tough that Method lost that eco round. The fact that they let CLG eco them with that boost over earlier in the game. I really feel like they have what it takes to compete, at least when it comes from site take to site take against these CLG members, and the fact that they're now playing from behind firepower-wise is just going to allow CLG to claw their way back into this game. I'm sure they're kicking themselves a little bit for not seizing the opportunity, and now CLG has the double op setup that proved to be just devastating against 3s up.
So into round 22. Method going to be trying to prevent CLG from going 3 rounds in a row here. They're going to be on a pretty broken buy, and so far, it's not worked out for him. Ely's going to be the last one left alive, trying to force his way into that bomb site. He's got a lot of CTs in his face, 3 to be exact. They end up taking him down. Cutler with a fantastic hold, getting himself the 4K. That's a 9th round now for Counter Logic Gaming, as Method will be, should be on this full buy here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't think they're going to be able to get an op going and working for them once again. It was something they used to get opening picks. They were really using it super effectively, so it's unfortunate that they are going to be committing on this round, but I can't necessarily blame them. Now, 4 rounds ahead of CLG. They need to start winning if they want to close this one out, because if they wait too long, CLG is going to be right back in it. I mean, if CLG is able to hold on and bring themselves back in this game, that would be a huge win for them. And Tarek is going to be starting his team off right with that pick, and I think he knows there's another one in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Did he hit him? Yeah, he did. He hit him down to 40 HP.
Yeah, that was close. Tarek almost had 2 frags off of that one. One right out in front of Sunroom and one inside of Sunroom. Doing pretty big for CLG, mounting what they hope can turn into a comeback. And Tarek just barely misses the shot there on the Streb. So Streb's going to line himself up. He's going to try and throw that Molotov. No. Actually, he's going to fall off of that. They're going to change their plans here as the bomb is in Sunroom right now. And CLG with that one-man advantage just trying to hold on to it and not allow Method to get anything rolling in this 23rd round.
Method's just trying to find any opening they can in the B bomb site. That's where they were leaning early on, and where they continue to keep the bomb. So it seems like they do have some kind of interest in B. Probably a split on it, but they're going to have to get past Hayes, who's in a great position, decapitating Ely with the first shot. Now pop flashing, trying to pop flash his way into his second one onto Toy.
Boy's going to force out in mid. He's going to get caught out by Finesse as JDM hits an off headshot on the Streb and then cleans it up onto Justin. So CLG finally getting their sea legs under him here, able to stop the boat from rocking so much, bring this within 3 rounds now, and have an advantage here because Method is going to have to try and eco. So this should be a 13-11. Should be, unless there's a huge eco that comes out from Method.
Right, and that would be absolutely shocking. But I think with going into what will be their 5th round loss in a row and all their players sitting around 2K, some even more, I think we might see that off come out for them that I think they're going to need to compete in this game. I think they're going to start getting enough of that loser's cash to I mean, they just need a scope. I feel like they were so effective with it. Silent was using it well, I believe. Justin, we saw, I mean, fragging out hard with it. It doesn't really matter whose hands it's in, just they need someone to frag with it, because this round is going to be Finesse and Hayes just cutting everyone down.
Oh yeah, that was a rough look, but it was an eco coming out from Method, so we should expect a pretty easy mop-up with rifles in the hands of the Counterlogic players. So now they're only down by 2 rounds, and as Method, it will be onto a buy-up here. Let's see if from Method from T-side is able to get something going, because this would be the 6th round in a row for Counterlogic Gaming, if they can win this.
Yeah, and it is going to be Silent picking up that op, so he will be able to potentially get something going here. He's peeking up over mid, just no CT's peeking in that direction. It's going to be JDM from Z will be the closest. And he does have an op, so you could see one of these players finding a pick, but they're both remaining so patient.
Round 25, Counterlogic Gaming playing a little bit more aggressive. That dynamic play coming out from CT side Counterlogic Gaming is really starting to take effect now. We're actually running the double op look here, and a lot of people, actually saw somebody in chat talking about it, they didn't know that Tarek can op. He's definitely not a main opper, but he can op effectively and sometimes keep up with JDM, except for when JDM's on fire. It's kind of hard to keep up with him. We've already actually lost him, and that was to Silent, who ended up picking up. So Cutler, it's going to be on Cutler to trade this frag out and prevent Method from forcing their way inside this A bomb site. Silent's going to be the one that tries to hit this shot. Streb peeks out, and Streb ends up re-peeking to hit that one-tap headshot on the Cutler. Good flashbang comes out from Finesse. Tarek's right there with the op, looking to trade some frags. Will trade. No, Finesse actually grabs that. Tarek looks to your left. Ends up going down to Toy. Doesn't turn around fast enough, but they still have Finesse in the back of the site. He gets one before traded out by Silent. That's all up to Hayes. Hayes looks out, can't take down Ely, and that will be Method grabbing a 14th round. And by the way, I need to say this, Alex, our producer, I appreciate you. You're amazing. You need to post your current picture and that picture you posted to me on Twitter. I would appreciate it so I can share the love with everybody in the world.
Oh, no, I don't know what that is, but knowing Alex, I don't think I do actually want to know what that is, but what I do want to know, what I can tell you I want to know is whether or not Method is going to be able to close out this game. They do have a very slight lead over CLG, and their economy is really hanging in limbo right now. They're going to have to win this round, not only to push themselves to 15, but even to find some economic solvency, or that'll just allow CLG to get another string of rounds going. So huge round here for both of these teams in deciding the future of this game. And with that last A take, I would say Method is certainly capable of bullying CLG on these site takes.
So now we got Cutler up in the boost. Let's see if this pays off for him. Bomb has not committed in the direction of A. They're throwing some good Molotovs down. Streb is ready for any feat to poke out a little bit too far. And I don't think Cutler's going to really force out of this. He's going to be the Lone Ranger here at this A bomb site, trying to hold on to this. He does have one fast rotate coming up highway. He's got one fast flank that will come through A main if the bomb ends up committing here to this A bomb site. And it still quite hasn't yet, because we still got Ely. Oh, Streb, look at him. I don't think he saw it, but he was just spamming some damage up there to see if Cutler was going to move. And now Cutler will move out and try and check. It looks like the bomb wants to cheat over to the B bomb site now. And yeah, they're going to. The Sunroom Man has worked all the way in to B. That is going to be Ely. No peek comes out till Tarek peeks his head out from the genset. Justin's going to be in trouble as soon as he comes out. He's got 3 CTs right in his face. Bomb commits here. Can Tarek pick up another object? No, Toy will deny him. As Finesse on the fast rotate will drop the first one, but Toy is going to be able to get the bomb planted, and it will be 1 versus 4, 4-man retake at B.
Yeah, Toy trying to use his utility nades to keep the CTs away, but I'm not sure how long he'll be able to do it for. It's really only long enough to catch a frag onto JDM. That will be an easy defuse for CLG, and it's actually going to reset the economy coming in for a Method here. So, oh man, this game is really, really going to come down to it. I mean, I guess Method going to have to save this one out. They should be able to buy next round unless they invest too much here. So next round could be it. Could be the decider round for these two teams, as CLG just refusing to roll over. It was all off the back of that one eco round. It must have been round 20, but they just surprised Method so off guard with that push over mid, and
yeah,
Method just hasn't been able to get their footing back since.
So now we're going to have an eco coming out here from Method. No reason not to. They don't have to try and force the issue. They did buy some upgraded pistols. just to have some hope in this one. They can get an eco off, which would be huge for them. But trying to force their way into A, and actually they get an open. Toy takes down Finesse. Hayes gets one before traded down by Silent. As Tarek with the op in hand will grab one. He's going to be looking back in that direction. They haven't been able to pick up either of these rifles thanks to the op from Tarek, not allowing him to look in that direction. And Molotov burning Silent. He jumps up top. Cutler takes him down. We're going to have Strebber, last man standing. And already at this point, you have to call it a successful eco just because you got the bomb planted. So you recouped some of the money that you spent on those upgraded pistols. Did a little bit of damage. You're forcing Finesse and Hayes to rebuy. And CLG brings it within one now. But, I mean, their economy at this point is rolling pretty well in their favor.
Definitely. I mean, the game is getting so close that economies won't make a difference soon. It's just who can come out with the round wins no matter what. We're going to be seeing, yeah, there is an op on the ground for Silent, so we're going to see ops versus ops, full rifles up on both teams. No team pulling any punches thus far. Let's see who can get an opening pick and turn it into something. At least I like what Method had going on their A-take. Oh man, Silent gonna be spotting out at least one counter-charge. He's actually gonna get taken down by JDM. Oh man, I don't even know if they know that Hayes is pushed so far up as well. Thank God for Hayes that JDM was able to get that frag. So they're gonna be in good shape as a team. But man, if you're Method, that getting picked like that has to hurt.
Yeah, that's rough. Silent finally goes down to JDM, and I think so far out of all the duels that we've seen, I think that might be the first one that JDM was actually able to beat Silent, but Silent very quick and effective out of A main peaks, and just like that, Streb will step out at the bottom of Highway, ends up just absolutely ripping apart Tarek, and Method trying to wrap this towards the B bomb site. There's going to be two players in that site. That is going to be JDM and Hayes, so JDM with the op, can he find some more? Hayes gets one with the Molotov. JDM got to be careful. Looking up top. Finds the first one. Bomb down. He's going to call for the rotate now. Rotate should be fully coming in. Yes, here it is. It'll be a 3-on-2. Toy makes it a 2-on-2. Trying to make it a 2-on-1. If he's able to take down Finesse as JDM went down in the bomb site. And Justin's not quite quick enough to remove Cutler. So Toy back at the bomb site now. Uses the smoke to deflect. Just throws a flashbang kind of randomly. Ends up blinding one of the retaking CTs, but might not be enough for him to hold on here. He is able to take down Cutler, getting low on HP. Both players low. Finesse will win the exchange. He's going to be able to get on the bomb in time, get the defuse off, and that will tie this up at 14-14.
Yeah, and that bomb plant is going to be really Method's savior here, as they'll have some semblance of cash going into this next one, along with 3 rounds lost in a row. But that's not as much as I think they would have wanted. So they only have, what, 2 players that were over 4K, I think. They started buying pretty quickly, and oh man, right off the bat, we're seeing a Galil on Strebber and everyone else going for some upgraded pistols just so they're not completely broke going into the next one. But I think this is one that CLG might just be snaking for Method. Man, if CLG wins this game, that is crazy. And it's all off the back of that one comeback play by Finesse. Yeah, huge comeback. I don't want to write Method off too quickly here, but with just these pistols in their hands, I'm not sure. They're actually all going to run out and not even look towards Hayes. Hayes will be so blind, he's spraying at a dead body, with JDM able to capture one, no frag one. And oh man, Tarek finding one as well. It's starting to fall apart here for Method.
Yeah, Method in trouble here. Tarek's able to take down Justin before he gets traded out. Now only Streb, last one left. They spotted him with the bomb. They know he's at B, full rotate incoming. 2 players stacked in the vents, both bail out. They each change directions. Streb finds that first one, but he's getting pushed by 3 counter-terrorists altogether. JDM gets it with the 5-7, and that is going to be round 29 in the books in favor of Counter Logic Gaming as we hit the final round of regulation on map number 1. It was almost like Ragrets. No Ragrets.
No regulations.
No regulations, but Counter Logic Gaming with a huge advantage here. Method going to be on the buyout. It will be a decently healthy buy for him. Toy not able to get any utility. And some of his teammates not full utility either, but they bought everything that they could. They have to win this to force overtime on map 1.
And this double op setup also just continues to be an issue for teams going against CLG. It seems like they just can't beat the double op setup. Doesn't really matter who the second opper is with JDM. It tends to be Tarek, but really anyone is getting it done. And they actually are going to be boosting Cutler up onto those boxes over towards A so he could single-handedly shut down the round here. I'm not sure if Strebber is going to be spamming that spot once again, trying to find some damage onto a player potentially boosted there.
So final round, still underway. Damage is out on the Tarek. Only CT with it. Ely has some damage on him also, but he's got 5 more HP than Tarek at the moment, so nothing really happening yet. Cutler still trying to use that boost spot, and this would be a very good round for it to actually work out for you, as a Method definitely geared up in that direction. There's going to be 3 CTs at A to try and combat them, though. Cutler completely blind here, doesn't look yet. He doesn't need it quite just yet. Peeks out at the correct time to take that toy. There goes Silent with the op. It's all up to Ely now. He's going to be 1 versus 4. Bomb down. Great location for the CTs to cover with, and this is probably going to do it here unless Ely can somehow hero this round in unbelievable fashion, but he's not able to get by Cutler, who gets a 3K, and CLG mounts a gigantic comeback to make that a 16-14 victory over Method on map number 1, as we now set our sights on map 2. But first, let's get on that Alpha Draft box score and take a peek.
Yeah, oh man, that's just a brutal way to lose if you're Method. I mean, that game was really ripped right from them. And really, honestly, all off the back of that one eco round where Finesse just came flying over mid, and that really just changed the complexion of the entire game. Once they, it was like a free round for CLG. They were able to buy up. They were able to get that double op setup working, and it just seems like teams don't have an answer for that. And Method went from what was going to be a surefire win for them, and actually just had it thrown right back in their faces. Really, really solid play coming out from CLG, not rolling over at all and not giving up when their backs are pressed against the wall, and stepping up for the team.